What's up guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid Network News Flash. Avengers Infinity War social media reactions hit the web Monday night after the film premiered in Los Angeles and screenings showed across the country. And across the board, people seemed emotionally drained by the film, for better or worse, but most of the reactions seemed to lean towards the positive. Afterwards, all eyes turned towards people's favorite outlets, or Rotten Tomatoes, waiting with bated breath for the full reviews to come in. And by Tuesday afternoon, a slow trickle had turned into a flood, and now we seem to have a consensus on one of the most hotly anticipated films of the last decade. That verdict is mixed. With just over 100 reviews in so far on Rotten Tomatoes, the third Avengers film is currently sitting at an 86% on the review aggregation site at the time of this recording. Your eyes do not deceive you. That's not even in the top 5 MCU films. In fact, it only barely makes the top 10, sitting behind Black Panther, Iron Man, The First Avengers, Homecoming, Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy, Civil War, Winter Soldier, and Doctor Strange. It's worth noting that this is subject to change as we move towards the weekend and more critics get the chance to see it and publish their reviews. Remember, Marvel held the press screenings for this one until the very last minute to avoid spoilers as much as possible. But why is the movie scoring so low? Well, the consensus seems to be that this is, for better or worse, Marvel's most ambitious film yet. It attempts a lot of things, and for some reviewers succeeds at most of them, but for others just falls flat. Let's take a look at some of the positive reviews first and see what works. Mark Hughes from Forbes had one of the more positive ones I saw out there saying, Avengers Infinity War is the most ambitious, most audacious, most mind-blowing superhero film ever produced. It is visually sumptuous, spectacularly entertaining, emotionally shocking, and resonant. It is the perfect fulfillment of a promise Marvel made 10 years ago and everything fans are hoping it could be. This is why the superhero genre exists. In a 5-star review, Empire Online praised the film for fixing two of the MCU's persistent Achilles heels, underwhelming finales and lackluster villains. Marvel has solved their third act problem and villain problem and then some, however prepared you feel you are not ready for Thanos. But then, neither are our heroes. Similarly, Scott Kalura of IGN gave the film a 9 out of 10 and cited the balance of the characters as the most satisfying aspect of the film. That each of these heroes' defining characteristics remain fully developed in an epic story that takes place across multiple planets and with an ensemble that numbers in the dozens is perhaps the most satisfying aspect of Infinity War. No one is relegated to stock player, no matter how small their role. The negative reviews, though, all seem to strike the same tone. It's just too much. Too many characters for the film to balance, too many plot points to get through, too much villain setup, too much action. And a still not super negative 6 out of 10 review, Slash Film's Josh Spiegel cited the fact that this is definitely part 1 of a 2-part story and therefore left him feeling a little unfulfilled. Yet it is a little hard to talk about Avengers Infinity War in full, if only because we've only seen the first half of this story. Infinity War, by design, feels like one half of a completed puzzle, with the other pieces strewn about waiting to be put together. Maybe once it's whole, the puzzle will be wholly satisfying. Adam Graham from the Detroit News says that bigger isn't always better, and ultimately the size of the plot and the number of characters was too much for the film to handle. That's the problem with Avengers Infinity War. It's too much. Too many characters, too much action, too much everything. It's a superhero surplus with too many heroes and not enough screen. It's infinity overload. To me, it seems to all add up like this. When taken in context, with an eye towards the fact that this is quite literally a cinematic event a decade in the making, and all the films that came before it basically led up to this moment, and yes, it is still part 1 of a part 2 story, it is a jaw-dropping spectacle. But if you're not looking at the film that way, whether it's just not how you review movies or something you don't have an appreciation for, and so you're judging this film on its own merits and is just one 2-hour and 29-minute long contained story with no eye to what came before and what comes next, then of course it all seems like a little bit too much in too little time. Let me know what you think of these reviews in the comment section down below, and if you're disappointed by the reaction that it's gotten, or if you're just going to kind of hold off and see, for yourself what you think of the movie. That's going to do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. For even more content, check out our website at hybridnetworkyt.com, but if you love HN and want to take your support to the next level, consider donating to us on Patreon as we strive to bring you the best content possible. Signing off, this is CJ.